Hey everybody, what's up, my homesteaders? My nerd next too. How y'all doing? I saw Brother Joe fixing for you, Sister Ginger in here. Saw Tiffany Canadian Family Life, the Moose. Thank y'all for coming along. Really appreciate it. Just want to pop in for a little while tonight. Still feel kind of cruddy, but I'm here. I actually took the day off of work today and I just stayed home, rest up. Kind of had a late night last night, and then woke up not feeling too good, so I decided to stay home. Gina's in there piled up in her chair; she ain't feeling good. So I come in, do a little live for a little while, see what y'all was up to. Hey, Virginia Alexander, how you doing? Today's Jennifer Ocean Homestead. I did not. I got to look that up and check on that. Haven't done that just yet. Also, gallbladder's not really bothering me. I think I got like a little sinus infection deal going on too. These allergies. I'm still using that Flonase and Allegra and Zyrtec every day. My eye's still kind of puffed up still. Hadn't went down yet. Still puffed up under there. Still tight. But I'm still kicking. Any day above ground's a good day, I reckon. I know it, Jennifer. I'm the world's biggest procrastinator. Hey, Suburban Hillbilly Rebecca, how you doing? But yeah, Tony Walsh, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. I completely missed so much over the weekend. uh, before Tina's dad passed away, we started. Well, actually, her twin sister, her husband, started having him a fish fry on his birthday. His birthday was May 1st last week, and I think it was last week. Yeah, best I can recollect. I think it was like Thursday. But around his birthday, they started having a little fish fry. They fry fish, shrimp, hush puppies, had slaw, stuff like that. And that's what they decided, even after he was gone, let's do this in honor of Daddy. So yeah, they had that Saturday. We didn't get home till kind of late Saturday, and I kind of spent Sunday recovering. Uh, but I mean, yeah, we ate some good food, had a good time with the family. It was pretty awesome. Got to see my nephew Josh and his wife. And Michelle. I hadn't seen them in a long time, so sorry, stuff's giving me a fit. I'm feeling kind of dizzy. I think it's a pure sinus infection right now. I've been laid up in the recliner watching TV most of the day till I got up and threw my uniform on from yesterday. I went to the store and got us something to eat. So, but yeah, I do have a little idea for. Well, I got an idea for several videos right now. But I got something in the mail that's yeah, Rebecca, that is a nice thing for them to do. They still love Mr. Dad. It's only been a couple years, so and this I think this September or October, I can't even remember right now. It'd be 3 years, I think. So maybe two, I think. Yeah, it's hard to keep up with. Hey, Johnny Gillum Farms. How you doing, brother? No, yeah, there's definitely. I gotta see if Gina still wants to go with me. If not, I may do it one afternoon. There's still going to be a catfishing video. I got to reach. I still haven't reached one of those reels yet. I got them in the closet. But I need to get new line and stuff, so I'm ready to go. take me just a few minutes, restring them, and get out there. Maybe put a little oil in them, be ready to go. Um, but there's something that came in that I got as a pure accident. Well, I was conned into it basically. It was Timu. They done this thing. They've been advertising for that Alibaba thing that's like Timu or whatever, and they're trying to do the three things for 3 cents for 1 cent each that you get. And I'm like, shoot, man, I found me a thing to the little cast iron hamburger press I was gonna get, and then something else, and then I found a 12 volt, you know, portable cooler that I could use with the power station and everything. Be cool. Take fishing. Put your refreshments in there, some bottled water, canned drinks, whatever. Um, Thought that'd be cool. And then it says, oh, you need to make a purchase or whatever. So I said, okay, you got to get the minimum to get out. So I paid $5 something for the mystery package, which is a little, I forgot to tell you about a little crappy solar puck light that you had to mount in the ceiling with this little solar panel sticking up out. I'm like, oh man, that was terrible. And then there was another gift that I got. I thought, she's been on me to get this thing for a while to help out around here to do stuff with. So I saw it and I said, let me try it. And then I realized I was going to have to buy a whole bunch of stuff. So I backed out. I said, back. I'm not doing this. Hey, happening stuff with J&J. How y'all doing? Glad you made it in. Thank y'all for coming by. So, so I thought I was out of it, wasn't buying anything. A day or two later, I looked at my phone and get a message that your purchases are shipping. I'm like, what? And I go back and look, and somehow it had me buy them somehow. I don't know. So it came in this week. so, so I have one of those handheld uh, pressure washers. They've been advertising everywhere, like on TikTok and stuff like that. Now it's like a battery powered drill. And it's got two batteries that goes with it, and the little soap dispenser that hooks onto the bottom and or maybe the front. I'm not sure how it goes. I read the instructions. I charged the batteries up yesterday. So I may try to do a little something with that, cleaning up on the porch at some point and try it out. It may work once, it may not work hardly at all. I don't know. I hit the trigger on it. I put the battery, hit the trigger, and it went, and a little bit of water and soap came out of it. So at least I know it got tested somehow. So I'll probably thought about trying to make a little video of that, and then maybe putting those attaching the string lights with the staples like I talked about. I know, Ginger, they keep tricking me somehow. They keep enticing me with stuff. Which I've been looking at Hall some, the one you talked about, and it no offense to anybody, but there's not a lot of stuff that I like on there. I mean, yeah, but I actually looked at a little cast iron hamburger press on there because I get so tired of patting out hamburgers and mashing them out, and they break on the edges, and then you got to kind of work them around and get them back right, and it's just so irritating. So I thought, why not get a little press? You ain't got to worry about it. But I did see that on there and a couple other things, but there's not a lot of man stuff on there. Yeah, I get sucked into these traps. I have a thing for the little gadgets. I can't help myself. But yeah, I've looked at Hall a couple of times. I haven't really seen a lot that I'm really interested in. I mean, that's the thing about it. Tebow has got all the stuff I'm really interested in. They got the solar panels, the power stations, um, all sorts of fishing stuff on there. I mean, they got all kind of stuff there. And they will throw anything at you, any kind of discount, any little thing to try to get you to buy something. Trust me, they will. They will send you like 3 or 4 emails a day, 3 or 4 text messages a day, just 3 or 4 little pop-up things from the app that says you can get this for this and this and this. And oh God, just leave me alone. Yes, actually, the press I thought was pretty cool because I think that one not the one on Timo. I think that one actually had the pieces of wax paper that come with it, so you can press them and it makes the of course. No, I haven't found that one yet. Suburban Hillbilly. I haven't found that one. I've been looking. if if we had DoorDash here in Ambrose, this little town, I would never have to leave home. But but I thought the hamburger press is cool. It comes with a little piece of wax paper that you press it in and you put it on the plate. You know, everything's ready. Get ready to go on the grill, frying pan, wherever. And I thought that'd be kind of cool to have. I still may look into that. Yeah, I mean, it's not like the little thing you press down, like the little round thing that you press. This is what you use to make the patty itself. It's like a little mold, and a press pushes down inside the mold, and it makes the hamburger patty. I should have clarified that. You have wax paper with it, so then you just lift it right up out of the mold and put it on a plate to the side and make your hamburgers up to get ready to go on the grill or the frying pan. I should have clarified that. Sorry. But yeah, Timu definitely gets me more times than not. That's why I try to stay off of there as much as possible. One day Gina will beat me. But I mean, they just that's what's so crazy about Timu. They literally have anything and everything. But like I will say, a lot of times the electronics are not always the best. Like I found out with the little Timu, the little lights I have on the porch with a little black dome over them to reflect the light down. I had to take those down. I mean, that lasted about a year or so, but I mean, and it really didn't last long. It didn't really hold a lot of power. I mean, you did get 2 or 3 hours a night out of them, and they were out. So yeah, that'd work, Ginger. It'd be cheaper than that. It'd be cheaper than buying one. I know, Johnny. I can't help it. I think the Chinese have me under their brainwashing mind control. I'm going to only start buying Wagyu beef. They already got me driving a dang Toyota. I guess that'd be Japanese, but yeah. Walking with birds. How you doing? Glad to see you. Germany. Cool. Thank you for stopping by. Hey, Tam, how you doing, little sis? Uh, yeah, actually, we have a lot of German in our family. Mom's maiden name was Schultz. Uh, not my grandpa, but great great grandpa was full blooded German, and he married a full blooded Cherokee Indian woman. So we got a little bit of everything. That's all I've heard, just that story. I hadn't heard the whole details. It's messy ribs. I'm interested. Okay, I'm listening. Okay, yeah. Do you think anything? Yeah, you got a bunch of junk in here. That's what I got. That's just a little back room in here. I just got all my junk piled up in here. That won't let me keep out there. Hey, brother Dale, how you doing? Glad you made it. It's getting hot back here. Summertime is upon us. Got my little fan going over there and everything. Gina made me close the door because she's laying in there piled up. Yeah, ceiling fan. I, I was thinking it stays a lot cooler over there in Germany. Never been. Oh yeah, we'd like to go one day. I think it'd be kind of interesting to check it out. But yeah, I can't even get Gina to let me go to a meetup hardly, much less going all the way to Germany. But yeah, Timu's kind of a little trap. I love to go online and buy stuff. It's easy, it's simple, and you can get on there and you can really spend some money. But then sometimes you get lucky. You get some good stuff. I'm hoping this little pressure washer deal that I accidentally got is good. If it's not, then that's just $25 wasted, and confirms more to me that their stuff is kind of crappy. So yeah, I ain't talking about fish. So hey, Rainy Ridge, Eric and Tina, how y'all doing? Oh, but yeah, yeah, I got to see Johnny last night during Never Mountain Homesteads live last night. I was up way past my bedtime. Rural part of Germany, Bavaria. Yeah, I need to do that, Johnny, for real. Go to an auction near near the Danube, hilly, lots of and green, lots of animals and stuff to be continued. Okay. Yeah, I saw a sign the other day, but I figured Gina would beat me if I went there. It was a Walmart parking lot. The sign says something estate sale somewhere that you could go to, and I was like, man, I'd get in trouble. I come home like Gina, look, I bought us a tractor, but we got to sell the house now. But yeah, Johnny had a pretty cool video that came out last night. Uh, Little racetrack stuff. Y'all ain't checked it out. Go check it out. Hey, Des, how you doing? Glad you made it. Yeah, I still kind of feel like yeah, that actually was a street. Yeah, I thought that was. I saw the yellow line in the middle. I was like, what? And then once you get away from the barricade, it opens up. Like, man, they're racing on a road, a back road. It's pretty cool. But I still feel like they really shouldn't have had it going that long to where it got dark because when it gets dark or not dark, but it was almost dark and it was kind of shaded on the asphalt. So you're not gonna hook up like you were on the hot sticky asphalt. So I thought that was kind of a rough setup when you've got a car that's got that much power. It's going to be hard to hook up on regular asphalt when it's cool out. Yeah. don't think. I think regular asphalt. It's got like it's not nearly as smooth and stuff as like. And see, yeah, the antifreeze deal. I thought that was going to be kind of rough, but you actually racing that lane a little bit after, they actually cleaned it pretty good. But I mean, antifreeze is real oily and slick. So, oh man, it's. Whew. But yeah, regular asphalt. After time, those rocks degrade. It's in there, and it kind of leaves gaps, so you're not getting a smoother surface to really grip on. Racetrack's a little bit different. Yeah. Yeah, I think most of the racetracks have a nice concrete pad there you do burnouts and get started on, and then it turns into asphalt. I think. I know some of them I think do have concrete all the way down. I mean, like that, you're going to have a good smooth surface for that tire to get down and get a good grip on. But yeah, I mean, oh yeah, that'd probably be your best bet there. The solid concrete strips. But yeah, I mean, I saw the way you were going against Reaper. I think his name. You said his name was the Yellow Camaro. Man, you just tore out, and then all of a sudden he drops in behind you. And when I saw him in the video drop in behind you, I said, "Oh, he's done. He's cooked." Oh man, walking on birds. That's the way to do it. But I got 20 miles to go to work. It's a long way to go on foot. I have to come home, take a nap, take a shower, and walk right back out the door, start walking back to work. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. I mean, he come out pretty strong there, right with you, and then all of a sudden I see him dip over and behind you, so they kind of lost it, and I said, "Oh, it's over." Oh yeah, Dale, you got a trip too, bro. 30 miles one way. It's like 19 point something for me to get just drive straight to work. But I saw that one where you sprayed the nitrous and ran by yourself. Wow, that was quick. Yeah, when I saw him start coming over, I was like, "Oh man!" But then I see him drop in behind you, and I said, "Okay, it's all right." I mean, I thought sure he was going to try to get you. On four-wheel tracks. That's why I walk on the birds. That's something else. Oh, that one the nitrous hit. I thought that was because I mean you left out on that one when you were by yourself. I was thinking that was the nitrous. I might be confused. Hey Scotty, how you doing, bro? No, you made that. I know Johnny made that one pass, and he's just gone. And oh yeah, that was it. That was it. Yeah, that was a heck of a run. That was a fast truck. All right, Dale, been there, brother. Oh yeah, we Walking Birds. I'm in South Georgia, and it's nice and toasty here. It's probably about 85 outside, probably, and then the sun's beaming down on this side of the house, the trailer here, so the mobile home. So it gets nice and hot right up against this wall, but I ain't got much of a choice where to put this desk at back here. So yeah, and I noticed. I think I think he's the one I saw. He had kind of a little. It stalled out for a second, and then he got it crunk up. And then he did the good burn out, and then was gone on that race. On not the one you were in with him, but the other one. It's actually 85 Fahrenheit. Walking Birds. Not sure what Celsius would be. I got a little fan over there blowing on me, but it ain't enough. It's just it's stuffy back here. You know, and if you crack a window, you're just letting all the ball air out. Oh, come ahead, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, Derek?
Very partly cloudy.
Very partly cloudy. What truck are you talking about? Stalled out and all that stuff.
Oh, there was one. I thought it stalled out. The guys come over and opened the doors up and was checking on the guy.
Yeah, that was a totally different deal.
Oh, it was a different truck. That one did pretty good. That one did pretty good as well.
That was a little rat rod. That's Jake and old Russ is what that truck was.
Oh, okay.
And we made a bunch. He made a comment while we were there. He said, "Yeah." He said we raced a bunch on the street, but he's never seen that GTO's taillights. That little truck you're talking about. The truck that was the one that they said was the odds-on favorite whenever we started that whole deal was the truck I ran, which was that red S10 pickup. It said Yinko stripes on it, the twin turbo big block truck.
Had the big scoop on it.
Big
scoop on the hood there.
Well, it had a little one, but it not much. But it's the one that was smoking the tires beside me when we were going down through there. I only made 4.
Oh yeah.
So and only one of them against a truck. So it was the one. So
I remember that one. Now I was thinking you raced that one again. Or raced that one too.
I raced the final was the El Camino, and so that the final round was an El Camino, but I only raced one actual truck in the whole deal. So almost strange to hear my voice in it, Nanny Tam. I'm starting to trying to get away from using my voice in it. So
are you getting it back now?
Starting to. My voice sometimes it comes and sometimes it goes, and lately it's been here. But anyway, no, I thought I was sitting there trying to think, what's he talking about? And then I was going, wait a minute, maybe that's old Russ he's talking about did that.
Well, yeah, I kind of had to take all that in about 45 minutes of a video, and I was trying to keep up with all the races. It was kind of hard there.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was cool. It was fun to watch. I mean,
yeah, it was a lot of fun, and we stuff I didn't video. When we got there, they pulled us. You know, they were saying we had to be there by 10:30. Okay, I mean that's just one of the things we had to be there, signed in, ready to go by 10:30. We figured out that if we did all this stuff, we had like 15 minutes to spare to get there, and then we had a flat whenever I was pulling Christine. You know, I was going, man, I'm gonna have to eat something before we go, because if I don't eat something,
Yeah.
I'm not going to be any good at this. And so
Oh yeah.
I told her, I said, get on your app, your little McDonald's app thing, order some food. I'll swing through the parking lot. You can, you know, jump out. I'll drive right on out the end of the parking lot and park in another parking lot over there that's bigger. And
Yeah.
then you can get the food and come back. We can continue on. Well, apparently I'd ran over a big piece of metal with the trailer and had ruined a tire on the trailer. And she's back there. You can see her whenever I'm driving by. She's going like this, you know, in the rear view, I guess. And I'm like, then she called me and said, "Hey, you've got a flat." So I jumped out and started, you know, jacking everything up. And she came around with the food. She got the tire for me that I needed. I jacked it up and I was using the gun, pulling it off there. And everything got it back on, and we were on the road in like 5 minutes. It took us like 5 minutes to change that flat and get going. And then when we got there, they said racer parking here, and I was looking out there and it was a field. And as much as it's rained here in Oklahoma, I pulled in that field. We got partway over to a spot, and just that was it. We were stuck right there because, you know, the 4-wheel drive doesn't work in my truck. So I told them, I said, if I have to unload my GTO out here in this field, we're going home. I said, we're just going to go home. I'm not driving this GTO across this muddy field. It's not happening. So I talked to them there, and they came and pulled us out, and the tech guys go, hey, you can park right here next to our tech deal. So I parked right there, and that's the reason why you saw that guy helping me. That was Gordon Laster, the guy that was doing a lot of help, you know, helping me a lot, especially in the last 2 races.
Yeah.
And he was working tech out there. So anyway, yeah. And Christine was helping me. She was helping me from the, you know, the other side of things. But Gordon, he was the one lining me up and stuff like that. So
I was making the bets.
Yeah, she was making the bets, she said.
I bet she was. I bet there wasn't no trash talking going on.
Not really. I mean, there was a lot of trash talking there were a lot of street racers there. I mean, they were full on. Like the guy that won the final against me, he's in a lot of 660 street stuff. A lot.
Yeah.
If you go watch 660 street videos, he wins a lot of them. And also, of course, everybody knows Reaper, which is James Finney. Or not Finney, but James. And then there's Derek was there. You know, they used to cut off all the sleeves and stuff like that. He was there, and a whole bunch of other folks. So they have a different type of. They're not like the bracket crowd. Let's just put it that way. They're for serious, because there's a lot of money on every race.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, all that bracket racing, you hear them talking a lot of trash, a lot of side bets and stuff like that, because it is bracket race. So.
Yeah, Gordon's a big bracket racer, and he was sitting there going, you know, I can't believe these guys. He said they're a totally different kind of crowd than I'm used to. I said, yeah, they are. They're for serious about all of it. So
it's a whole new ball game when you go street racing.
Right. But I went there to win. I really did. I mean, it's one of those few races where I went to actually win the race, and I beat myself in the end, but I got pretty far. I did get some scratch.
I mean, you were right there. I mean, I thought you was in that last round. I thought you were there.
Well, I thought I was too. I thought I was too. So
things happen when you're on asphalt, though.
Yeah.
especially when it cools off. You know, hook up right.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of different things. It really wasn't. I mean, Saturday was actually a really nice day. I mean, it was probably one of the best days we've had.
Yeah.
But anyway,
But yeah, I seen a lot of the videos. People in Oklahoma, all the flooding and everything. Y'all been saturated over there.
we have we got rain. It's rained the last couple of days. Um, I need to mow the yard badly. I need to weed eat badly, but it's so wet out there. You can't really do much of anything right now. I'm hoping that I can get it done by Friday. I need to get it done definitely before we head for Eufaula.
Yeah.
Um, the cattle are pretty fat and happy though because we got a lot of grass.
Oh yeah.
So that's the good side of it. But the bad side of it is you walk outside and you try to do anything, mosquitoes attack you.
Yeah. And not in a hurry.
Right.
We got water all around us now, so yeah.
Yeah.
There's 3 ponds just across the road. We got a creek that runs around to our right behind our pond in the back. Plus,
Yeah.
my nephew's digging another one right over there.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have plenty of mosquitoes this year.
So he's digging a new pond. Has he gotten to what do you call it? Has he got? Has it been too wet to dig it?
I hadn't seen them digging lately. They were digging pretty regular a week or two back, but only when I ride by or I look back there, I don't see the equipment moving. So
Yeah, it probably got too wet on him.
Wet there now. But he's supposed to be getting some of that dirt brought up here and some at his house, so I can fix this driveway and the cattle gap here. We're going up under the electric fence here, so because it keeps going and it keeps washing up under the electric fence, the cows will be able to just walk right up under it and come out, you know.
Yeah. Here in Oklahoma, or here in our area of Oklahoma, it's not the time to dig a pond right now for sure. We have, usually we think about ponds around July, August,
Yeah.
stuff like that. That's a good time. It's a dusty time to build them, but
Yeah.
it's when we try to get them done.
Yeah. But you ain't digging in mud though. Not till you get a ways down anyway.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't even have a chance to go over there and look at it.
Yeah. I need to move my dozer, and I can't even move it right now. I need to move it over actually to here. I want to bring it here.
Yeah.
But it's too wet to even move it at this point.
That's right. You're getting ready to start the second herd up around your place, right?
Excuse me?
That's right. You're getting ready to have a second herd at your
Yes.
place. Right?
Yes. We gotta move all. Whenever I wean all these calves and stuff like that, I'm hoping I can bring them here and wean them.
Yeah.
So hoping.
Yeah.
We got enough grass over there right now where I could put them in there now, but I want to open a lot more of it up because I'm going to run the side I'm putting them on. It's fully fenced over there.
Yeah.
But I don't want them just roaming through the woods everywhere they want to go. So I'm actually going to put a hot wire and try to keep them out of areas of our own land that I don't want them to be,
Well, we actually used to do that. We'd actually purposely put the fence around an area with woods, so they'd kind of go in there and walk back and do through, eat what they could in there. They're not like a goat; they won't eat everything, but they'll kind of clean up an area.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of help do that. Then you kind of go in there and just knock a few things down and finish up, clean it up good.
Right. Yeah. I'm trying to keep them out of there.
You don't want them in the hunting area.
Well, that's true. I don't. But the problem is all that over there is the hunting area. But I would rather the animals stay, up toward the front of the property, up toward the road house area instead of being back in the woods and stuff like that.
Well, like that, if it is storming, raining, or whatever, you can just kind of look out the window there. Oh, there they are. They're okay.
Right. Right. Nanny Tam said that illness sure has stuck with you. It's been really pneumonia and bronchitis, and that's what they diagnosed me with. So it's kind of, yeah, the pneumonia did
Yeah.
a number on me for sure.
Well, that bronchitis is going to stay with you for a while anyway. But then you add pneumonia to that, it's going to be there.
Yeah. So anyway, you folks in the chat it up.
Yeah, I hadn't really seen it move in a while. I guess everybody went home, went to sleep.
like it's like it's like that commercial you see, or that little cartoon where you get this stick, and you get that stick poking it. Come on, do something.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean, it's like you talked about last night about this time of day to get everybody in chat and get everything going because everybody's having supper right now and things are going on. People are getting off work.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was having when you went live, I was actually eating a pork chop and some fries. There was some potatoes that Christine made.
Well, me and Gina both felt kind of cruddy today and didn't go to work. And I went going to the store to get a Hunt's Brothers pizza at the convenience store for us.
Oh wow, yeah.
And yeah, it was kind of subpar. It was okay.
Lunch Brothers pizzas are like all the way across the country because we have them here too in convenience stores.
Oh, that's cool.
And but some of them are really good. I think it depends upon the store. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
I usually get one with everything except jalapenos because to me the jalapenos they're good, but they get to taking over the taste. You taste more of the spice and the jalapeno than you do the pizza.
Yeah.
It kind of overpowers those. I like tasting the oh dang it, the banana peppers and stuff like that. I like to get all that flavor in there too.
Right.
But then when you get to jalapenos, it goes too far. But lately, when I have that pizza, it just don't taste the same.
Oh wow. I had they sell it at one of the stores around here, and I always like it whenever I walk in and they have a pizza like the sausage pizza.
Yeah.
They either have sausage or pepperoni every single time. They never have anything. That's what they set out for people: sausage or pepperoni.
Yeah.
And I like it when they have the sausage one.
Well, those stores actually sometimes have the breakfast pizzas too.
Do what?
They have breakfast pizzas.
Oh, well.
They actually have a slice in the thing. If you go in early in the morning enough, it's got like potatoes, scrambled eggs on it, and onions, and stuff like that. It's actually not bad.
Huh. I've not seen any of those.
But you have to be in there kind of like maybe 9, 10 in the morning before they start cooking all the lunchtime pizzas and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Scotty, no, I'm not interested in fish on my pizza. So.
No, never tried those.
Nanny Tam, that's an impressive turkey, 26 pounds with 2 beards. That's awesome.
Man, that's a good one.
That's the beard off mine right there. So
it's a nice one. That's a good full beard on that one. Mine was kind of skinnier than that. It wasn't as filled out, but it was like I think 11 3/4 inches.
Yeah. I'm not sure how long that one is. I didn't measure it or anything like that. It's a nice full beard. Turkey, I'm sure, will taste fine.
Oh yeah. I didn't even get to eat mine. It made me so dang mad. I got the breast all out, got it cut up in nuggets, got it in the refrigerator, and was waiting a day or two before I go get the sweet milk for them or buttermilk, whichever one I was going to soak them in to kind of get the flavor right before you fry them in the pan. And I went there about the third day and opened that bag up, and it like to have knocked me down.
No.
That wild game does not hold up like stuff in the stores. They don't have all these preservatives and stuff like that.
Yeah, they don't.
And it just broke my dang heart. My first and only turkey, I couldn't even eat any of the meat off of it. It made me so mad.
And Nanny Tam, I think I've seen one that had 6 beards once.
I haven't seen that.
They can have multiple beards. I didn't get it. Somebody I know got one with 6 beards. I've shot a few with a couple of beards. Even seen some bearded hens Those are out there too.
Yeah, I actually saw a video about that where a guy had to call the game warden in because his hen come in strutting, full fan, beard, and all that. And he goes over and he said, "Wait a minute, this ain't no gobbler. This is a hen." So he
Yeah,
has to call the game warden in, and the game warden looked at the bird and said, "I completely understand why you did this. You're okay.
yeah.
I
Well,
will take it. Go with it."
yeah. Well, I think here they consider you know, I think it's it says one tom turkey is what it says, but bearded hens they consider
Yeah,
for whatever reason, I don't know why, but they
you
consider
know,
them a tom.
but that's some of that Transformers. I mean, transgender stuff.
Transformer. But
Yeah,
no, I think it's because they do strut. The hens will strut too.
yeah,
It's really
yeah.
weird, you know.
I,
Yeah.
I wish one day I'd get to go down to Mexico and hunt an ocellated turkey. My brother,
Osceola?
that's called an ocellated turkey. Oscellated. Ocellated turkey.
Huh.
They have a lot of blue on them, I think, and their head is like an orange color and has little knots sticking up on
Huh.
them. They can have like 2.5 inch spurs on them. And when they strut, they'll throw their head back, and it's like their head lays back on top of their body. It looks weird, and their gobble's like a it's so crazy, and you have to do a whistle sound to call them in.
That's
It's on
wild.
YouTube. You can look them up.
Wow, I'll have to check it out.
It's so crazy. It's an oscillated turkey. My brother showed it to me years ago when I first got into it, and I was like, man, I ain't never heard of that. That don't exist. And he showed it to me on a video, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. But I mean,
Hey,
they exist. It
Marianne.
surprised me.
Yeah, I've not heard of those. I've heard of Osceola turkeys,
Yeah,
and we have Easterns,
yeah,
and there's the Rios.
yeah.
Some parts of Oklahoma has Rios in it, and I think there's like four different types of turkeys across the United States. I think.
I'm pretty sure that one I got in there is the Eastern. But
Yeah,
he was kind of an older bird. He had like inch and a quarter, inch and a half spurs.
yeah.
He wasn't on. He was about 18 pounds. But this was like just the full wild bird out. We went to somebody's field and was hunting over there. We had full permission, and I got this bird, but it wasn't like a management area where he'd been fed and all that stuff. They have food plots and everything for him there too.
So when is your turkey season there?
Right now,
Have you been?
I have not been.
Do
I,
you
I,
have turkeys there around your place?
I saw two jakes a while back on the other side of the hill from the house here. When I was coming home. I was going to go. Everything set up. I got my camo laid out, put it on, made sure it was still fit. My weight gain. And luckily, I bought the elastic camo pants that time, the elastic waistband, so they'll fit.
Buffet pants, the buffet camo.
Yes, it's perfect for that. But I got that out, had it laid out, ready to go. I tried to buy my license on this Go Hunt Georgia app, like I normally buy it on. And for whatever reason, I tried to go look at my license, and I'm like, "Well, won't you show me my license? Won't you show me my license?" And I'm like, if I don't have proof of my license, I'm on my own land here hunting. Game warden can still come get you. You have to have some form of license, whether it's landowner license or what. So I didn't go. And then I'm talking to Gina that next day, and I'm telling her, I said, "Yeah, I tried to buy my license last night and couldn't buy it." She went and looked, and she says, "Oh, I can tell you why. We only have $22 in the bank." I'm like, come on, man. So I had to wait, go make a deposit and everything, and switch some money around from savings and everything because we overspent. But I was like, wow. And I've been going to try to do it again, but it's going to cost me like $50 to get a darn license. And it's like, things are tight. I got to go see a surgeon next week to see when I'm going to have surgery.
Yeah,
Should I do it? Should I not?
right. Back many years ago. I was in my early 20s. I purchased a lifetime hunting and fishing license for here in Oklahoma, I think
Wow.
it cost me a little over $400. And I tell you what, that's probably been the best money I have ever spent. The only thing that it's not good for is it's not good for black bear because way
Yeah.
back then, if you said you saw a black bear in Oklahoma, back whenever I was in my 20s, people was like, it just really wasn't a thing. Black bears just weren't common here. We drove out west to see bears. Well, now bears are all here,
Yeah.
and so since they started a season on bears in different places, they don't let us use our lifetime that we've had forever on bears. So we have to buy a special bear permit to hunt those with.
Yeah. There's always a clause somewhere.
Yes, here we can hunt without a license here, but we still have to purchase a tag.
Well, I'm gonna have to check on that because I know at one time they said that you at least in well, I guess my part of Georgia, South Georgia, you have to have at least a landowner license, which at one time you could get free, but I couldn't find that on here anywhere.
Hmm.
So like there used
You,
to be a free landowner license. As long as you own the land or you own the hunting rights to the land, then you could use that.
See here, they've got the landowner. If you own your property that you're hunting on, you don't have to have a license. But we have never figured out
Yeah,
how to get the tag without the license
exactly.
because it always asks we have to have a tag for the animal, and the only way you can get a tag for the animal is by using your license number, your hunting license number to get it. So we just all this time we always bought the hunting licenses or whatever. Christine, she did. She's got a lifetime now, so Christine bought a lifetime last year, and so she's got all her stuff now. So we don't have to worry about any of it
I
anymore.
think over the years, and I hope no game wardens are watching, I've probably only tagged and sent out about 3 to 5 deer over about 30 deer I've killed, harvested. Because, I mean, right here on the farm, you bring them right up here to the house, hang them, clean them, throw them in a cooler, it's over.
Yeah,
I mean, and yeah, I should have been turning that in, sending it in, but I wasn't. And a lot of people do that and get away with it. But, you know, if I go to that management area and hunt turkeys and harvest one, I'm going to be filling that thing out and getting that legal before I leave there with it.
yeah. Well,
Because,
the turkey I got this year. I shot right here on the place, and I did definitely turn it in. Make sure that we call it tagging, but what I do is report it and let them know that I got it, and it's
yeah,
because I have a lifetime license that's taken care of.
I've got
Yes,
my,
we have to have a number to get something. Nanny Tam made a very good post right there.
yeah,
John, don't you have to have a tag to get it processed?
yeah,
You have to have a game confirmation number
yeah,
that they give you once you report it.
yeah,
You get that and you give them that number if you're taking a deer to process or whatever.
yeah,
And that number has to stay with that animal until you get it all the way back home again. And the game wardens do check occasionally at the processing places, and they see if you have a confirmation number for your deer or whatever. And so, but that's how it works here. So
yeah. When I started taking mine to have them over at local deer processing place and started having them handled there, I started making sure I had tags on them because you never know. And that was only about maybe 4 to 5 of them. But
yeah, the number has to stay with the animal to the final destination. Um, here in Oklahoma. Now they've got a new thing recently. It's because the tribal thing.
yeah,
If you're Native American, you can use your tribal citizenship card, and you can hunt. Um, you know, and harvest deer. You can they actually report it to the tribe whenever you get a deer with your tribal citizenship number, stuff like that, because this is considered a reservation where we're at. And I could, me and Christine could go that way or we could go the other way. It doesn't really matter because we're tribal and we're, not tribal, I guess you'd call it. I mean, we're both. So we could do it either way, but we prefer to, because we know that our game money, like from our tags, licenses, anything that on that side of it, the report, it all goes into, when it goes to the state, it actually goes to somebody who is actually making game decisions, decisions on our wildlife in the state of Oklahoma. So, if we want to make sure that they've got accurate numbers, because if we report it to the tribe, it doesn't get to the state. And so the state doesn't know exactly how many animals are harvested, so they can because they do set the harvest record, or the amount that you can harvest. The state does. The tribe, what they do is they follow what the state says as far as harvest numbers and dates and stuff like that, but they don't actually report their harvest to the state. So it's better for us to just go straight to the state instead of, hey Jimmy.
Hey Jimmy, how you doing, buddy?
The game warden, that's right, Ginger. The game warden is one of the only law enforcement officers that does not need a warrant. A game warden can come right into your home and look right in your freezer. And
100% true.
They do not need a warrant in order to do that. So, yeah. Follow your game laws, folks.
Okay. Yeah, I was trying to look back at this app to see if I could see that. I think there's an online harvest like Ginger was talking about. But it actually also has, there it is, Game Check. Looks like the state of Georgia says Game Check.
Yeah.
It went dark then, but yeah. Actually has the Ranger hotline on there too with a little badge at the bottom.
Ranger hotline.
Yeah. So I guess you can call somebody to do whatever. But yeah, I actually had a little encounter with a game warden at the management area. Back when I first started going there and didn't know any better. We come out in the woods, we just come out and he was up there talking to us, asked about any luck, super nice about everything. And I go over, I'm gonna put my gun in the truck. He's like, okay. I walk over there, had the little Mossberg pump back then. I'm like, start shucking shells out. He says, hey, I can write you a ticket for that. And I said, what? He said, you have to be 50 yards off the road before that gun can be loaded.
That's correct.
Or past one of these gates on these walk roads.
Yeah.
He said, if you come out this road, that gun cannot be loaded. I was like, oh, man.
Yep.
He said, I could see that you had no idea you did it right in front of me. So he said, I'm just letting you know, I'm letting you off this time. Just go ahead. And we sat there and talked to the guy for like 30 more minutes. He was a super nice guy.
The biggest,
a lot from him.
I think the biggest thing here for folks, it's hard for people to wrap their heads around that blaze orange is required whenever you're hunting deer with firearms here. Mm-hmm. And it's not just a vest and it's not just a hat. It's a vest and a hat. And it doesn't matter if you're on your own land or if you're on state land or if you're on, somebody's land or something like that. It doesn't matter. You have to have your orange on, 400 square inches of blaze orange, showing to the public, outward, not under your hunting stuff, not under your, camo and stuff like that. So, and Jimmy,
just wearing a vest usually around here.
Now that's Jimmy, I'm going to tell you, that's one of the dumbest rules only that you only have to have a hat if you bow hunt. That's one of the dumbest, unsafe rules I've ever seen. It's like, are bow hunters' lives less valuable? Because whenever you're bow hunting during rifle season, because that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's like, it doesn't make it, if you really think about it, it makes no sense. I wear full blaze orange, whether I'm bow hunting during rifle season or what, because those animals absolutely cannot see it.
Well,
Not
most
one lick.
most time we can just wear the vest around here and they won't give you a problem. But the thing is with that orange vest, it does show up a bright white to them, so they can't see that. But they won't see like
Any
it's bright
solid
orange.
any solid color will show up like that
Yeah.
too,
So
Derek.
yeah, so
It
they're gonna
doesn't
see
matter.
that.
It doesn't matter what it is.
But
What we do, I wear a camo orange. So, you know,
that helps.
so I mean, if you wore a deer's eyes have been shown to show receptors of blue. They can see a blue hue. Um, they can't see an orange, red, any of that stuff, but they can see a blue hue. So if you wear all blue, they can tell that there's something
Yeah.
blue-ish over there.
Yeah.
Now,
Hey, Rebecca.
if if you're wearing a camo orange, it's no different than wearing a green camo shirt.
Yeah.
None at all.
That's a good idea.
So yeah, everything I have is going to be some kind of a camo orange,
Which,
and it just breaks it up. In fact, whenever I first started deer hunting, we could wear just red, and I literally wore the same stuff that you see, wearing up in Maine, which is the flannel red, shirts, red flannel, little squares. I think they call it, what is it, buffalo something, buffalo plaid.
I'm not exactly sure what they call it.
I think it's called buffalo plaid.
We just got a little red flannel shirt around here.
Yeah, and we
Not
wore
sure what
stuff like that whenever I was a kid.
Hey, oops. But we used to always be faithful. We was here at the hunting club, whatever. We'd wear our orange vest in. Not saying I did it, but I saw other people do it. They would get there and take their vest off and put it in the seat of their stand and sit on it till they got done hunting. Then they'd get out and they put it on and climb down.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer in wearing that orange.
But yeah, I mean, once it got to the point we actually had somebody hunting right across the property line from me,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't know it. And I'm sitting in a deer stand one night, and it's getting close to dark, and I'm getting ready to climb down. And I hear that rifle fire off, and it's like it's right next to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you start getting a little nervous.
Yeah.
You don't know where somebody's shooting at. Which I mean, the woods were so thick you couldn't see me anyway. But still,
Yeah, I've got video after video after video I've done where I've sat in a tree stand and basically selfie filmed me sitting above the deer walking by right here, and I'm in my full orange. I mean, I'm in full orange. I'm right there in sight. They never even pay any attention to me at all. So I do not concern myself at all with orange. Another thing I do not concern myself with any longer that used to be, one of those things where, it was taboo and stuff like that, was having to go, urinate anywhere around your tree stand. What I do now is if I have to, I will go out there and I will just find an overhanging limb. I'll scrape out the leaves underneath it, make a scrape right there, and just go back and get because those deer will walk right to it and just be curious.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all they will be. They will not scare them at all.
Well, the way I looked at that anyway is like, chances are, especially if it's on a Sunday, we would always be like, okay, we're probably not going to be able to go again until next weekend. Our scent's going to be gone by then anyway, so do what you got to do. So I wouldn't go right there on top of the corn pile, but you go decide somewhere and take care of business. Especially.
Right. Yeah,
that scent's going to die. I've seen dogs run right through the middle of your food plot, and then the next day you go back the next morning, deer's there.
Yeah,
that scent will go away.
Yeah, they don't really. It's kind of like whenever you're having to, you do your business or whatever.
Yeah.
deer cannot tell the difference between that and say a coyote or a dog or anything else. It's not like it had, everybody has their own.
Yeah.
They just can't tell the difference. So,
Like I said, I feel like as long as you walk kind of away from where you're going to be hunting a little bit, take care of business, it's not going to hurt anything.
yeah. Or you could be like my buddy and just let it fly from the tree stand and still come in with everything. I don't do that one. I can't do that one, but he does.
I actually did that one time. And was at the hunting club, and Daddy was sitting way down the road from me in the truck, watching down the road, waiting, and to see what was crossing the road, stuff like that. And he said, he pulled up down there, and I climbed out of the stand. He went there to get me. He said, "You ain't seen no deer?" And I said, "No, I ain't seen nothing." He said, "I've been seeing deer just come out of these woods, across this road. I done counted 25 crossing this morning right here close to you." I said, "I ain't seen nothing." Maybe why.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I think the wind blowing, your scent to animals your actual scent will be the worst, worst case scenario. So they may have just smelled you.
Yeah.
And
what's it? I got to work at one point. I was using different things. I actually had the acorn scent cover you could spray on. I had the other stuff that smells kind of like dirt that you put on. So you kind of blend in more. But I think if you wash your clothes in the right way, not use the super fancy smelling detergents and stuff, it will help you a lot.
you know what I have found out?
What's that?
Don't let deer get downwind of you. If they get down of you, they're gonna smell you.
Hey.
I've got some of the most expensive friggin' scent blocker
Yeah.
stuff you've ever seen. I've used all the things that you're talking about. I've sprayed myself down with that, that stuff on my boots, wear rubber boots, everything like that. Every single time, if they get downwind of you, they will smell you.
They'll pick you up. Yeah. Last thing about it, if you're going to still hunt, if you're going to sit at a deer stand and that wind's at your disadvantage, it's over. I mean, they're going to smell you somehow or another. I mean, you
won't go. If the wind's wrong, I won't go.
Yeah.
I will not go. Hey, Lori.
Well, that's where it pays to have different stands in different locations so you can kind of work that wind.
Right. It's really hard to work a south wind here on our property where we live, though.
Yeah.
We got a rectangular shaped property, and south wind, deer come from the north here. Almost any wind that has a south in the name of it is going to get you busted.
Yeah.
So we try not to hunt here at all in any kind of a south wind, which really limits us on when we can go out.
And there, you get out there and start hearing that old doe blow at you. It's like, let's go to the house. It's over now. She's told them all we're here.
Nanny Tam, man, ribs. That sounds awesome. You're making me jelly. She's having them ribs.
Oh, I thought she was talking about ribs earlier. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have some leftover pizza that I picked up at the store for lunch. I'll have the rest of that in a little while.
Do you ever eat any of the frozen pizzas from the supermarket or anything like that?
What? Gina loves the DiGiorno.
Yeah,
they're pretty good. But I normally get like the Totino's pizzas, the little small round ones.
I've had. No, the DiGiorno scent is pretty good, but you know what? I kind of like those Red Baron pizzas.
I've had them too. They're pretty good.
They seem to be the crust. I really like the crust on those. Mm-hmm. Here we are. We're just all over the place, guys. We're talking about, whizzing out of a tree stand right to pizza. So
anything can happen Wednesday, y'all.
Anything can happen Wednesday. It's Nerd Neck Wednesday.
There we go.
So, but anyway, yeah, I'm looking forward to the next race. I don't know when it's actually going to be. That one just kind of popped onto my radar, and I went to that. I really like the street stuff a lot. So,
well, Well, that's just cool
Gonna
because
be
you have anything there like the guy in the little rat rod truck shows up,
now
and
what?
and this and that and the other, the El Caminos, different things. A lot of times you go to big bracket races, everybody's going to have the super fancy cars and this and that and other, trying to get out there and race and stuff like that.
Not necessarily.
I mean, we saw people at the bracket races at Teresa Speedway over here in other side of Douglas. They'd be out there with brand new Chevy trucks trying to race. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, we've had that too. But the little rat rod truck that you keep talking about, that truck, I've actually raced him on the street on probably 8 different occasions.
Yeah.
And every single time he's watched GTO taillights. Always wants to race. I like him a lot. He's a friend of mine and stuff like that. But I'm going to show him taillights every single time. And
there you go.
So
that's what somebody told me one time about it. I tried to build a little hot rod. I had a little S15, little GMC I'd bought for $400 beside the road. It had a small block 400 in it.
yeah.
I had to do a ton of cleaning. Apparently, it leaked a lot of oil. And I put a 305 in it. My idea was just maybe take it down the racetrack one time, see what it would do, but to mainly have it as a driver. I can drive on the road and have a good time. And I found out really quickly, when you start building something like that, you start getting some money quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I finally gave up. I gave away a $80 Hurst shifter I had that was pull back in the drive, but then you ratchet it back
Right.
first or second, and you just bump it forward. I liked it. It was fun to play with. And I never could get a good carburetor for it. And I finally borrowed one, a 750 Holly, and put on there. My brother-in-law gave me. And man, that thing would fly.
Yeah.
It would burn the tires off, but it was a factory S10 rear end, super low gear. Just sit there and spin one tire all day.
Yeah.
But when it would hook up, take off, it would fly. I'd have a good time with it. But I finally just had to get rid of it, sell it for way less than what I had in it, just to get rid of it and just bail out when I could before I spent everything I had.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I always heard that if you had a good setup, a good engine, everything's set just right, leave it alone and you'll make money.
That's what we've got. We've got it right now. I mean, you can see the only thing I really had to do to the car to get ready for that race was put a gas pedal on it.
I noticed that. I saw you had to put a gas pedal.
That's because I broke the gas pedal on the last time I took it out. I broke that little pin that holds that gas pedal on.
Yeah.
I broke that pin. So it's so much easier to take the whole assembly out. And it was out of a Trans Am is what the gas pedal assembly is out of in that car. So I took the whole assembly out of one of our other Firebirds out there at the house and brought it out here so I could take it apart. And now I've got all the other pieces, Yeah. So I've got everything but that pin in case I need something else for it. And both my 69 GTOs are set up with that same gas pedal assembly because the factory 69 GTO gas pedal assembly is weak.
Oh.
I mean, it's a lot weaker than the Trans Am stuff. The metal is a lot thinner. They bend. You always have to reach down and grab the foot pedal and pull it up and bend it back up, and stuff like that. So, but that's all I had to do to get it ready to go. That, put some gas in it, put it on the trailer, and get it out of here. You
may have to do a little upgrade on that because when you're racing, you get that tendency to want to just slap that thing down hard.
Well, that's what broke it the last time, but you know what?
Yeah.
It's still, even without the gas pedal on it, it's still going to be, I mean, you can still hit the floor with it.
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't like just pushing a rod with my foot. I like to have the pedal under my foot.
Oh, yeah. Well, still, 535 horsepower. Well, no, 535 cubic inch engine, sorry.
Yeah, 535 cubic inch Pontiac engine.
It's a pretty dang tough engine.
Reaper, he came up to me and I had the hood up and he looked underneath there and immediately threw his hand up like this, wanting to fist bump me.
Yeah.
He said, "You still got a Pontiac motor in that?" I said, "You bet you. Nothing else." He said, "Man, everybody else puts an LS or a big block in them." I said, "I know. Not me. I'm going to keep a Pontiac till I either don't have it anymore or, or I die."
Hey, you go with what works. What you know works for you. You go with that.
Yeah, I know it can. I mean, Big Chief from Street Outlaws, he's still running a Pontiac motor, in his 70, and he's outrunning everybody on that show, 20 times a piece. So
Yeah.
the Pontiac is competitive. It actually is. So
Kind of dang thing. I think that last Cutlass Gina had. It's an 86 Chevy Cutlass.
mm-hmm.
If I'm not bad wrong, that one she had the 307 in it. I think that was the Pontiac.
No, that was a 307 Oldsmobile motor.
Oldsmobile, that's what I was thinking. Dang it. I was thinking Pontiac.
Yeah, 307 Olds.
That's right.
Actually, I think Derek at Pole Barn Garage, not Derek, Dalton at Pole Barn Garage, I think he just did a video that came out where they were out in New Mexico and they had to get a car to drive home in from New Mexico, and he got an Oldsmobile with a 307 in it, just like what you're talking about.
Oh.
If you're talking about Mike's cattle in his yard video, yeah, I saw that. Very short.
MT Homestead, Big Mike?
Yeah.
I ain't seen that one.
So.
But yeah, I mean, but Tina had, the last one she had two. She had one her dad found her that had the half vinyl top on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we found one in, I can't remember the name of the town. It was about 30, 40 miles from here. Maybe Hazelhurst or something like that. One of her dad's friends found her another one after that one got wrecked and messed up. And it was actually the solid hard top. Now, I've never seen one that didn't have that half vinyl top on it, the Cutlasses. But this one had the hard top on it, had the Keystone wheels on it. And I'm like, I can see giving him $1,500 for this one.
Yeah.
So we bought that, and it lasted her probably 10 years. It's a pretty tough old car. But then it went doing that. And it had to go. I don't know if you heard that knocking.
You're a devil dog. Howdy, devil dog.
Devil dog. What's going on?
But I'll tell you what, that, what do you call it? You're talking about a G-body car. 80, what is it? Let's see, 78 to 87.
Yeah.
Intermediate GM cars would be the Grand Prix, the Pontiac Grand Prix, the Olds Cutlass, the Chevy Monte Carlo, and the Buick. What Buick was that?
Probably Regal.
The Buick Regal. Yep. Exactly. So those four cars are what they call the G-bodies, and the G-bodies all have pretty much been used up. They used them so much for roundy round racing and dirt tracking that they're pretty much gone. And there's a few that people are drag racing and stuff like that. But to find a really clean G-body, like for sale anymore, they used to be everywhere. They also call them metric cars.
Yeah.
But to find one of those, it's pretty hard nowadays. I mean, they're about as hard to find as a muscle car anymore.
I always liked the Grand Prix.
Yeah.
With the T-tops. Because you kind of got a little bit more modern, but with the T-tops, you feel like smoking the Bandit too.
Well, every one of them cars was like, whenever you got in them, it was like sitting on a couch.
Yeah.
When you sat in the seat on one of those cars, it was like sitting on your couch at home, watching TV. It was just so comfortable.
Yeah.
And they just kind of on the road. They just kind of
Floated.
float along the road there. Yeah, I had a 80. I had an 87 Grand Prix one time with a 455 Pontiac. It was the most comfortable driving car and was quick. It was a pretty quick car. So, and don't look for a seatbelt. That's right, because you can't find it down in all that plushness.
Yeah.
It's like they've got that. They're so plush. It's so crazy.
Hey, my grandma had, oh God, I can't remember the year model, but it was an old Ford Galaxy 500. And she had sheets, like bed sheets, over the seats so they wouldn't get messed up. It was a super soft, brown, like plush couch material on them. And the seats were like that thick. I mean, it was like, you sit there and it's like, I'm going to sleep.
Yeah, I know. It's like how you're fighting sleep the whole time you're driving.
Yeah, but it actually had the 351. It didn't have the Cleveland, it had the old Windsor, I think, in it.
What do I think about a Pontiac G6? I think Pontiac quit making cars in 1979. Lord, is what I think. Now the name carried on after that, but as far as actual Pontiac stuff, they used up the last of the actual Pontiac motors in 1979. In 80, they started putting some of that 301 stuff in cars, which I didn't never consider real Pontiac.
Yeah, God, I cannot believe I got Pontiac Oldsmobile all screwed up there a while ago. But yeah, the last Pontiac I remember hearing anything about was the old Grand Prix back in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah,
that little car. They wanted it to be a sports car so bad, but it just couldn't be.
Yeah, they even tried to revive the GTO for a while. I think we had it from 2004 to 2006. The 2004 2006 GTO had an LS in it, stuff like that. I never considered that any kind of a Pontiac at all in my book. What it was an imported Australian car called a Holden Monaro, and they rebadged it in the U.S. as a Pontiac GTO.
No, I didn't hear about that.
I mean, it would be considered a sporty car. It was probably about as fast as all the newer Camaros and stuff you see nowadays. But yeah, to me, it looked like a jelly bean. So,
oh God,
so,
I don't remember seeing those. I know. Oh Lord, when they came out with the Challengers here a while back, my brother-in-law's had two.
Yeah,
he had the regular standard Challenger, then he got the 392 SS, I think.
Yeah, the 392. Yeah,
and they're nice. They got plenty of power and stuff, but it's still not the same as that big old motor with that big carburetor sitting up there. The old school stuff. It's just never going to be the same.
Well, you know that 392 Scat Pack car he had.
Yeah.
It's probably faster than a Challenger from way back in the day, but it's not the same. It's just not the same. It's not the same as having that big old 440 under the hood, and that.
Oh yeah.
Some of them had the 6-pack set up on them and all that. They just they just sounded like they were, if you really want to see a good Challenger movie, go back and watch Vanishing Point. Watch Vanishing Point.
I can't remember if I watched it or Gina was telling me about it. It's one of her grandmother's favorite movies. Something I remember seeing Steve McQueen.
No, Vanishing Point had a guy in it who was driving a car across the country. What he was hired. That's all he did was deliver
cars
to people. Yeah. He was in like New York, and he was supposed to deliver this car to California. And so the only way they had to deliver them back then was to drive them there.
Yeah.
So he was paid to drive, and he just kind of went bonkers kind of a little bit while he was driving the car across the country. He did a little something wrong, and he did a little another something wrong, and next thing you know, he was basically trying to run, trying to get across the road country, but basically being chased by the law.
Yeah.
And but that was a Challenger. I mean, that was a 440 Challenger right there. I believe it was actually a 440 6-pack Challenger. So we had a 69 Firebird. That was toughest riding car ever, Burr. 69 Chevelle was so comfortable. You're right. And my 69 GTO, the one I race, is probably not very comfortable. I would say it's not the best riding car that you could ride in, but that's because it's highly modified. It's very, very modified. Now, I have another 69 GTO that is basically stock, and yes, Christine loves to ride in that car. It's very, very comfy. So, but yeah, and Vanishing Point was a great movie. Makes me want to go watch Vanishing Point, Dirty Mary and Crazy Larry, Two Lane Blacktop. The other one I like is what's it? Tom Howard, the one with Tom Howard in it. Well, there's a few Hollywood Nights, and trying to remember what that one is. Had Harrison Ford in a 55 Chevy in it. What was that called? But yeah, I liked all those.
I do like a 55 Chevy.
Yeah.
The body, anyway.
Yeah, that
The only one I remember with that was that Ron Howard movie. That
yeah.
Oh my God, I can't think of that one now.
Yeah, right. It's right on the tip of my tongue, and I cannot think of it. Chad, help us out here.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that one had the flames on it. I actually bought that car in a model kit. It was die cast. It was metal. And put it together.
That was a 59 Chevy.
Huh?
That was a 59.
Was it 59? I thought it was 56.
That was a 59. The one that Ron Howard had in that movie that he loaned to that guy while he was running around with his girlfriend.
Black car with flames on it?
Well, the black car with flames on it was actually Harrison Ford's car.
Okay, I think that
was a 55.
Okay,
Ron Howard had or 50. It was either 55, 56. I'd have to watch it again. But I think American Graffiti. Yeah. There it is. There it is. Right there.
But I have the little black 55.
Yeah.
And Gina said, "You gonna put flames on it?" I said, "No. I like it solid. I'm gonna leave it like it is. It ain't got to be like the movie. I just like the car."
Yeah.
So, I actually saw one solid black over at a Motor City Car Show.
Mm-hmm.
It had the old like quilted looking vinyl seats in it, like restored. The big old steering wheel. Yeah. Everything looked so nice, but the engine was like chrome to death.
Yeah.
Of the $35,000, I'd have had one.
Of the Tri-5 Chevys, which is 55, 56, 57. Yeah. Of the Tri-5s, my favorite has always been the 55.
Yeah.
A lot of people really like the 57. I don't really like the 57 that much, but
I do like. But it might have one, but
55.
I like the 55. I wasn't really a big fan of the little fins.
Right.
That run on the back.
The 56. The 56, they did a bunch of, they really messed up on the 56, I thought.
Yeah. Well, see, that's why I think I got screwed up on the 56 and 55. I meant 55. But
well, the 55 was, I like the 55. Yeah. I like everything about it. I like the front, I like the back. Scotty likes a 57, what is that car? 57
Fury.
Plymouth Fury.
Yes. I liked it. I liked that one, but it's for the scary part.
57 Plymouth Fury. There were a bunch of cool old cars in that movie.
Oh yeah.
And Christine.
I forget what his buddy drove. He had a pretty nice car.
He had a Charger. That was a 68 Charger.
Yeah.
Is what he drove, and then the Bully Drove a '67 Camaro, and you remember that guy, the one they pushed through the gas station, basically, or Christine did.
The one that did his business on the dash. The car, I think.
Yeah, them guys.
Yeah, I got to go back and watch that one too.
So everybody's sitting here talking about the old cars from back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
I had my very first car that I ever owned was a '66 Mustang. It was a 289 with a 4-speed, and it had Kragers. It had the big wide tires on the back of it. It was black with 2 gold stripes over it, and I drove that thing all the way through high school. I went through a little truck phase after that, and I had 70, 72 Ford pickups. I had 3 of them. And then after that, I got a Datsun because I needed something with some good mileage. So I got a Datsun B210. Rear wheel drive, standard car. Loved that thing.
Yeah.
Had a carburetor on it, everything. And then I got my first Pontiac, which is with 1978 Pontiac Trans Am. There's been no looking back since that. I mean, I've had a bunch of other cars in the meantime. I've had several square body Chevrolet pickups.
Yeah.
And, stuff. I had an 65 El Camino once, 66 El Camino. I've had several others, but nothing like the Pontiacs. The Pontiacs always just stay with me. So,
oh yeah,
I don't even like to get rid of a Pontiac at all. I mean, they're just I try to keep those as much as I can. 69 GTOs, they're my faves.
Well, yeah, them and the old '69 Camaros were kind of similar in body style.
As a what?
Like had the longer front end, the short trunk part. They were kind of similar in the body style, but that was it.
Similar to what?
The GTOs. It was kind of similar.
No.
The shape was similar.
No.
The shape was
no. The 69 the 67, 68, 69 Camaro are all considered pony cars. The Chevelle is what's very similar to a GTO. Camaro, there's no Camaro that's similar to a GTO or any of that. So
I thought your car had the short trunk, kind of almost like a little fastback.
My car is my car is just like a Chevelle.
I said the bad word.
Just like a Chevelle.
Dang it, I said the bad word.
But I don't know what bad word you said. I didn't hear you guys talking.
So. It was mild. It was a D word. Oh man.
But
I would have swore no. You do have longer trunk on your car.
Yeah, my trunk's pretty big. I can actually put.
Dang, I don't know what I was thinking about.
You're thinking about maybe a Trans Am. I mean, or a Firebird. Firebirds are very similar to '69 Camaros and stuff like that, and because that's the sister cars. Yeah. Okay. You got the Camaros and the Firebirds.
Yeah.
Sister cars.
Yeah.
Then you got the GTOs and the Chevelles, sister cars. So Chevelles and GTOs actually have a full frame from front to back. They're a full frame car. Firebirds and Camaros have what they call a unibody, which means that the actual body of the car acts as part of the frame of the car, which is why all Camaros and Firebirds have to be stiffened up a lot in order to race them, because you can pop you can actually tear the roof line on one if you race it without it being stiff. Yes, the Trans Am and the Firebird are the same. In the same years, they're the same thing, only the Trans Am is more sporty, I guess you'd call it. It's the same car, though.
I don't know what the heck I was thinking. I'm guessing I may have been thinking about your car right alongside maybe a Challenger with that shorter tail end on it, kind of, maybe, I don't know.
No, a Challenger would be more like a Camaro Firebird too.
Yeah, yeah. But
And
yeah, I
so
mean,
the only thing you can really compare it to would be like a Chevelle or a maybe a Super B or something like that. You know, something bigger car, basically.
Gina's dad actually had it's at some family's house, and he had a '67 Chevelle 396, 3-speed in the floor, all original. He took the transmission out and put another transmission in it just to save the old transmission.
Hmm.
And it's got the old AM radio. The sticker that was on the window is in the glove box.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
never pulled it out, looked at it, didn't want to mess with it.
Huh.
That's right. And it's been painted like twice over the years.
Yeah.
He would just take it and have it repainted.
One of these days, I'm going to get to introduce all you guys to the other '69 GTO. I drove it a lot before I got this one, and me and Christine are going to. The engine is actually sitting right in front of it, ready to go in it. So I'm going to put it back together, and I'll probably do a few videos on that one. But that one, I have the actual original, what they call protecto plate. Has all the original paperwork, all that stuff. Has the records from where they serviced it, all the years and different things, and it's sitting out there in the in the shop right out there, and I really just need to put it back together. But we used to drive it around all the time with an 871 blower on it. I mean it
I saw that.
tougher. And but I'm thinking I want to put it together without the blower. I want to put it back together with I want the factory hood back on it. I just want it flat. I just want to drive it. That's all I want to do with it. Just drive it. And
Well, I mean, if you want to just drive it around, have a good time with it, that's fine.
well, the
You
main
got
thing I
race-
want to do is I actually want to put I either want to put a 4-speed or a 5-speed Tremec transmission in it. I want a stick GTO is what I want. Lori, I'm right there with you.
Well, I used to kind of like them, but they're really not all that. I mean, 305s, 350s are all kind of the same unless you build them up, make them all fancy.
Yeah. Yeah, the 305, a lot of people don't know that you could use the 305 and the 350 basically use the same crank.
Yeah. And
you can, all it is the balance is the only difference between a 305 and a 350 crank.
Yeah.
But just no replacement for displacement on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
That's why I like that 535 and that Pontiac.
I mean, you can only bore so far.
Yeah.
Then you start overheating and you got a mess.
Right.
And so, you're like a dang 400 small block.
Yes.
Oh, God.
400 small block with the steam holes and stuff in the heads and everything. I had one 400 small block truck.
Yeah.
And we hopped it up. We put the baby hunts on it. We did all the things that you used to do back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And it was pretty salty. It really was. It was salty.
Yeah.
But for a small block Chevrolet engine, a 400 small block is not a bad deal. It's all pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hey, White Rock, how you doing?
Hey, White Rock.
Jason or Tara?
The small block was
Maybe
pretty
Jason
good, but a buddy of mine tried to put one in the S10. Oh, it was an overheating nightmare. You just couldn't get enough air to it. And it's hard to get a big enough radiator in it, the S10, to handle it. Oh, my God.
Right.
I watched him one day. It overheated. Was going down the road toward Douglas, and it was overheating. We stopped, and he's like, I got to get this pressure off of it. And I was like, dude, you're going to get messed up. He takes a towel and he goes over and takes the radiator cap off, and it just sprays like a volcano. And I'm like, dude, I thought sure he got burned, but he didn't.
Got lucky.
I don't want another one. Uh-oh. This thing's trying to give me antivirus protection right now during the middle. They just covered the whole screen. I'm like, dude, really?
Oh no.
That White Rock Homestead in just for a second, and things happen.
So yeah, but
yeah, I mean that truck. I mean, we had a ball on that truck, but it would overheat like that.
yeah, I am really excited about the next. Whenever we can find the next, I'm gonna look and see when Hartshorn is, because there's another street race in Oklahoma at Hartshorn, and I'm gonna look and see when that one is, because man, I think we got something for people. I really do. I hadn't really, I've been in the really small pond, I guess you'd say, right here around Tahlequah for a while, and we always did real well here, but I didn't know we could do well at a place where like the Street Outlaws were until this last weekend.
I mean, from what I saw, y'all running right to the end.
Yeah,
I mean, y'all was giving it trouble. I mean, you were contenders. I mean,
we were not.
like
We were not. We were not ducks. We weren't ducks.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, y'all showing out there, and just that one little mishap there at the end, but things happen that you can't control, no matter what.
Yeah, I need to find out when Hartshorn is.
Hey, Ace. Johnny, if you wanted to keep this thing going for a couple more minutes, nature is calling the heck out of me right now.
Oh, you want me to? Okay, Derek Fowler. I'll be the nerd neck for a while. Howdy.
Go for it. Talk about comic books.
Comic books? No, I don't know anything about comic books at all. So anyway, I wish he would have muted that. But anyway, how's everybody doing? So there's Ace out there. Tara's here. Lori's prepping for heaven. I saw Ginger earlier. Joey was here. So everybody throw your hands up if you're still here out in the chat. And we'll just kind of get through a couple of minutes here until Derek gets back. Or we could have a giveaway. What would you like me to give away that you can see in Eric's picture over there? There's Nanny Tam. Hi, Nanny Tam. There's Devil Dog. Yep. Hey, Eddie. There's White Rock is still here. So we could get what is that up above? I see it. Man, I guess that's his studio. He's got a ring light back there, and I see a screen of some sort. I'm not going to talk about the things in the wooden box back there in the corner, because there's Tina at Rainy Ridge. So type if my hands are up. It says Ace. Howdy, howdy. But anyway, he'll be back here in just a second. I hope everybody's been having good weather. Hi, Rebecca. Hope everybody's been having really good weather, because we've been kind of in a wet period. I think it's getting ready to be a warm period, though, because I understand that like next week it's supposed to get up like toward the 90s. But one thing that we're not lacking right now is grass. So our cattle are fat and happy right now for sure. It's cold compared to the Caribbean. Tara, that's the reason. You guys went to the Caribbean, and I'm one of them people that I don't like hot. I really don't. I don't like hot weather. And Christine, the only cruise she could ever talk me into is an Alaska cruise. I mean, I'm not a beach person. Let's just put it that way. I'm a mountain / snow-capped mountains and, whale type person. The hotter, the better. Oh my goodness. Well, that's good, because you're over there in Arkansas and it is pretty warm. You'll get all you want before you know it. All you want. So be jungle time, and then until it's drought time. So, but I hope you guys' place has all been good throughout all that. I know we've all gotten some bad. Yeah, Jason would disagree, but I love it. Yeah, isn't that Michigan? Isn't he from Michigan? Yeah, I can understand that. I went up to Ohio one time, and everybody up there, it was 82 degrees, and they thought they were dying in Ohio, and we were like running around long sleeve shirts in Ohio. But we left here; it was 100 and something when we went that way. Eddie can't stand the cold. Snow, cold, cool breeze, heat is my nemesis. Yes, I like I like the cooler weather. The only thing I like about hot weather is grass for the cattle. Really, that's it. Maybe night fishing. You can do some night fishing when it's pretty warm. Get that breeze off the lake and the water and stuff like that. We held the fort down. I only gave away a few things while you were gone. Most of them are in that brown box behind you, though.
No. Hey, Gina would probably be tickled if some of those went away, but just to get on my nerves. But yeah, Terry used the tread tape I sent them for on her Crocs for the cruise, so she stays safe on the ship. So she's all right.
Oh, cool. Crocs. That's another thing I never could get into. Ever since that movie Idiocracy, whenever they were trying to find a shoe that people that movie was about the future, and they were trying to find a shoe that would be so ridiculous that absolutely nobody, they couldn't think of anybody that would ever wear that. So they were going, well, let's use this very unknown shoe at the time, which was a Croc, for the movie Idiocracy. So they wore them on that, and they were just ridiculous. Okay, and then after the movie Idiocracy came out, after a bit, Crocs became all the rage for whatever reason. But I still refuse to do any kind of a Croc. That ain't happening.
I love everybody in here, and everybody else going to watch this later, but shoes with holes in them don't make sense.
You buy, I actually slipped my foot into one time, and I was like, oh my goodness. That thing felt like it didn't feel very good.
Yeah.
Now I wear a flip flop if I have to, but I don't even really try to wear them anymore. So
I mean, even flip flops are acceptable to me.
Yeah, I
They are what they are.
I don't hardly ever wear them anymore. I used to wear them all the time. Jesse actually called me the flip flop farmer at one time.
Yeah.
But I really don't like I don't like having my feet to where the cattle can step on me somehow.
Yeah. They hurt. I have my favorite Crocs sandals, and I brought them.
Bought some secondhand Crocs.
Yeah. Have any tread, but the tape works wonders. Yeah, I actually sent them some skid tape, like sandpaper. They built like a big ramp going to their streaming area, their YouTube studio. And I got thinking, yeah, you're gonna slip, you're gonna fall because it's like a really steep ramp going up to it. So I figured they put a few strips across there and it'd be safe.
Yeah.
And she used them on Crocs, so which is fine. I'm glad she's safe on the trip.
Well, that's cool.
Because I imagine that boat can get kind of sketchy. That deck. I've never been on a cruise ship before in my life, so I don't know.
Well, I didn't see y'all get kicked off or anything like a whole bunch of people that cruise Carnival. seem to have some kind of problems.
Hey, Ace, how you doing? Yeah.
I only wear my flip flops to go to take a shower. I don't want to put my slippers on and get them wet. LOL.
Yeah, my late brother-in-law, my sister's first husband, he used to love the big leather what we used to call in the old days Jesus sandals. Had the big buckles you hook up on them and all that. And that's where I'm like, dude, no. You ain't Jesus, you ain't close enough. Take them off. But
Yeah.
get you some
Oh,
flip flops, man.
I think there's like 2 Carnival cruise ships that cruise down there. I can't remember the name. One of them's like the Celebrity or something like that, and one of them's something else. But anyway, my brother was actually on one of those cruises, and I asked him. I said, "Did you see a bunch of crazy YouTubers whenever you were down there cruising?" And he said,
Uh-oh.
"No, I don't think I did. I don't think I did." I said, "Well, I was just wondering. There was, a bunch of crazy YouTubers down there somewhere."
But
And he said,
yeah,
well, we must have been on a different ship. I said, "Well, yeah, probably." So
yeah, I saw the live from there last week.
yeah,
Yeah, it was kind of wild.
yeah,
I haven't got to see any of the other videos from there yet.
yeah. Well, I'm sure it's all coming. We're going to be cruising. We're going to be leaving in August, so looking forward to that one. Um,
Now, is that the cruise to Alaska or y'all going?
yeah, we're going to go to. Like I said, you can't get me to go down anywhere where it's hot, especially whenever it's getting hot here. I'm not going anywhere hot. It
Yeah,
ain't happening. I mean, if you want me to go to down there, it better be like it's going to have to be like 2 foot of snow here or something like that
yeah.
for me to want to go down there.
I,
Um,
I like it cold. I'm sorry. I like it good and cool outside, comfortable.
yeah, I hate sweat. I
Yeah,
hate sweat more than anything. Um, so that's the reason why whenever you're doing um, air conditioner is my friend. Let's just put it that way.
yeah.
Like AC.
Hey, Wanda.
They already had their next cruise booked. Cool beans.
Yep. And see, just posted our summer video. I thought I saw something about that right before I came in here. Like, so I've been trying to catch up. Like, so we had the little fish fry on our Gina's dad Saturday. Then Sunday I had to recover because the
Yeah.
family was over. We didn't get home till late. And then Sunday I just didn't feel like watching YouTube or doing anything. I just sat here and watched TV and relaxed. So
Hey, everybody out there in the chat, who all sleeps with a fan on every single night? I'll raise my hand. Every single night.
ceiling fan and fan. Oscillate
Yeah,
fan blowing across the bed. Yep.
yeah, that's what we got going. We got ceiling fan, fan. So it's like,
I like to be cool when I sleep. If I'm sweating, I ain't sleeping. I'm miserable. I don't care if it's winter. Even
but
in the winter, I got
uh,
2 fans blowing in that bedroom.
but it looks like Tara just posted their summary of the cruise,
Yeah,
and it took her 2 days to edit. Yeah,
yeah.
that sounds like some of my stuff.
Yeah.
Takes me a long time to edit stuff.
It may take me a while to get it out. I'm thinking about because I
Jason likes the fan and windows open. I love the heating pad, lots of blankets in my front.
yeah. That sounds like Gina. She freezes to death at night and heats to death in the morning. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I like to be cool all night, but then I get cold natured in the morning when I get up. Once I get moving, it's on. I'm hot. I'm ready to go.
I can see my breath when I'm sleeping. It's just right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All day long. I remember I lived at home. We had a AC in the living room and AC in my bedroom. And when I'd wake up in the morning, I'd call Mom. I said, "Mom," and she said, "What?" I said, "Cut off the air conditioner." I'd be covered up, blanket all in my neck. I mean, you'd be seeing my breath. I'm surprised you didn't have meat hanging in there.
Whenever I grew up, I remember Mom and Dad, the air conditioner never came on before June 1st.
Yeah.
We had a
Oh,
window unit AC back, way back, and they would not turn it. June 1st was the day you could turn it on. It didn't matter how many days in May were over 100, and we had many. people think that being hot in the summer is like a new thing or something like that. It's crazy to me to watch the way people are nowadays. They act like being hot in the summer is something new.
Yeah.
It's not. We had many
So
100+ days whenever I was a kid.
Yep.
And so, June 1st, we could turn the air conditioner on, but not before June 1st. And you couldn't run the air conditioner at night.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we turned off the air conditioner by 7 p.m.
Yep.
And throughout the night, we just used the box fans in the window, stuck them right in the actual window and stuff like that.
We actually had a big window fan that bolted into the window facing.
Hey, Wanda.
That had the big motor with the belt on it. You hear it, blah, 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 and you
Yep.
hear the belt slapping when it came on.
Yep.
But when that thing come on, you see the curtains just billow out in the rest of the house.
Well, I'll tell you what, our neighbor had what I thought was one of the coolest things ever. But yeah, a lot of people now think, they do put a lot of moisture and humidity into your home. And that was a water cooler. And you ran a hose, and what would happen is it would blow over water.
Yeah.
So that coolness from off that water would blow through your home and stuff like that. And we used they used a water cooler, and I thought it was really cool because it always felt real good where they had it going. It probably rotted their house down, but it still felt good.
Yeah. Shoot, back then, I mean, you did what you had to do to get some cool air in the house.
You're right. And
I still remember when the AC tore up in our house, and we only had the one window unit in the living room.
Yeah.
We found it in the wall. I didn't have one in my bedroom yet. Oh Lord. It was like a week. We would like go in the living room and lay down on the floor and just lay there up under a ceiling fan, just lay there.
I remember once upon a time I was buying a place that had an old mobile home on it, and all the air conditioner was out and stuff like that. And what I was doing was running the tub. It was 100 and something degrees, I remember, and I was running the tub full of water, and I would just get in the tub and just like read books and stuff like that, and till night. And then whenever it got nighttime, I could do the box fans and windows open and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Tell you what, you're getting there wasn't very good insulation in that thing, and it just it was so hot. It was so hot in there.
I remember in the summer I would take Daddy's old 55-gallon drums he used to feed the hogs corn with, and rinse them out and fill them up with water with the sprayer out there in the yard, and get in there and get down in the water like I had a pool.
Yeah.
Cool off.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just some real tree some camo curtain my buddy got me off Amazon.
Yep. There you go.
I'm not sure what pattern that is, but it works.
Yeah. Well, it's almost 7 o'clock. I think I'm gonna hop off. I've been on here for quite a while. I was glad to come up and talk with you and everything.
Yeah, Johnny.
Derek, I'm glad you enjoyed the video. I'm hoping to bring some more of that stuff out. So, but check everybody out there in the chat, everybody, and just thanks for being here, supporting Derek.
I appreciate everybody, and Johnny, can't wait to see what you got coming up next, whether it's an auction or a dozer video.
Yeah,
I like them too.
Yeah, I actually. I'm not a very good YouTuber because I should have videoed something like day before yesterday that I should have videoed it. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, I got one coming out. It'll be coming out Friday.
Well, best I could do is a little YouTube short of the deer out here in the barnyard. I'm trying to get that right now till I can do some catfishing. I want to try that new pressure washer out I bought from Temu by accident. But yeah.
My accidental Temu purchase.
Yes. That may be the title of the video right there. There it is.
I was asleep and I accidentally hit the button because I was buy it.
They were in with 3 purchases for 1 cent each. I'm like, oh, really cool. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get this 12-volt cooler and all this, and then I gotta buy this. I gotta buy this. I gotta buy this. Nuh-uh. Back up, and then somehow it went ahead and uh, paid for it, and it got shipped.
There
I
you
said,
go.
okay, what the heck ever.
All right. We'll
Yeah.
talk to y'all later.
Hey, have
Bye
a good
there.
night, Johnny. Have a good one. Be careful, bro. All right, y'all. I'm finna get out of here. I am tired, wore out. I gotta try to get back to work tomorrow. Like I said, I'm not sure what pattern these curtains are. I don't see a name on them. My buddy got them off Amazon. Ace, I'm sure you can find them there. Thinking about getting some cool barn door curtains for the bedroom back there, but I can't thank all y'all enough. Ron Henry, if I didn't get to say hey to you a while ago, I pretty appreciate it. Lord, praying for heaven. Thank you for being here, Ace, White Rock, man, Tam, Ginger, Joey. It'd take me all night to get through everybody. I really appreciate everybody coming in here. Thank y'all so much. I am beat. Y'all have a great night. I love each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for stopping by. Y'all have a good one.